Alright, here's another map I haven't played in nearly 5 years and thus can't do a full review on. Hall of the Dead was the first guest zombies map. By this I mean first zombies map to feature celebrities. Shout out to my boy Robert England, who plays my favorite horror antagonist Freddy Krueger. Along with 3 other actors, this map has also features George A. Romero, a real-life talented movie director who revolutionized the horror genre of classics like Night of the Living Dead. He recently has passed away, but his positive influence on cinema will never fade for as long as the earth still has us humans on it. Rest in peace, my man. In this map, George A. Romero is directing a zombies movie with our 4 guest stars, but unannounced to them, our characters are teleported from Ascension to a locked vault in a ship a short way from the set. Samantha sends zombies to kill them, and the zombies also raid the set, and our guest stars must defend themselves. The group of stars eventually contact our main group of characters locked in the vault, and after a weird Easter egg, the stars give Richtofen an essential item for his hidden plan, which is the golden rod, and Richtofen gives them one to walk through G2 before leaving. Fun fact, this was actually the first Easter egg I've ever completed. Anyways, in this map, we figured out so much essential story info. Through a series of radios, we figured out Nikolai, Takeo, and Tank actually don't know who they are because they've had their minds wiped by Richtofen. And the reason Takeo shouts random codes is because his brain was turned to a slushy during the mind wipe process. We also figured out Peter McCain was caught by the Germans in Verrückt, and Tank was part of the Verrückt group who was actually sent to rescue Peter. And that's when Tank was captured. And so that basically just proves that Peter was hanged in Shironuma because he was obviously caught for being a spy. Anyways, all these stories revelations have been insane, and it makes me wonder why all of this was revealed on a guest star map. Anyways, Call of the Dead was a pretty enjoyable map with an alright design and cool characters, at least what I remember. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 based on memory. So now we can finally progress to the main review. On June 28, 2011, the 3rd DLC pack for Black Ops 1 was released, Annihilation. This map pack contained the 5th Black Ops 1 zombies map, Shangri-la. This map has easily got to be the most hated zombies map I'm covering so far. But does it deserve to be hated, or do I agree with the backlash this map has received? Well, let's find out.
A minecart! I've always wanted to be an explorer, ever since I was a mini Cossack.
Thanks to Call of the Dead, we know that Richtofen is actually using the rest of the characters as puppets to complete some massive goal. What that goal is hasn't been announced yet, but we do know he not only needs the golden rod, but he got from Call of the Dead to achieve it, but he also needs the focusing stone, which is obviously located in Shangri-la, which is where this map is. This map also gives us some backstory to the map. While the actual map location is explained, we do figure out 2 British explorers, Brock and Gary, ventured to Shangri-la. Gary was unaware the real reason for their visit to Shangri-la was so Brock could prove the existence of a supposed mythical relic called Agartha. He thinks Shangri-la might be a gateway. Before the 2 can explore much, they're chased by zombies and they die. That leads to the main quest. In the quest, they can activate a feature called Eclipse Mode, which actually teleports their characters back in time for a brief period. While you're in Eclipse Mode, you can interact with Brock and Gary, and you help them along their quest while stuff they do affects the map, which conveniently gets the top into the focusing stone. I believe the 2 explorers ended up dying anyways, but they don't matter because Richtofen gets his focusing stone, and the story ends there. While I respect this now for trying to have a self-contained story, the story itself is pretty lackluster, and the only new information you find out is the concept of Agartha, and that doesn't pay off until the freaking final map of Black Ops 2, which is at the time of this map's release, more than 2 years away.
Phew! Russians do not like being impaled.
Other than 5 and Verrückt, this has got to be the most claustrophobic Call of Duty zombies map to be released. There's so many narrow pathways and there's only 2 spots to train, and heavy emphasis on train. These spots are so tight it's near impossible to build up a horde without downing yourself. While the jungle environment looks gorgeous, don't mistake this map's beauty for generosity. This map has beauty of annihilation. Get it? I'm funny. Cause not only is Beauty of Annihilation a song, but the 3rd map pack was called Annihilation. I'm awesome.
What would we do if the power was already on? I know, never going to happen.
Shangri-la doesn't disappoint when it comes to the amount of innovations. There's multiple minecarts around the map that act like lunar pads. They're quick travel that gets you from point A to point B in a couple of seconds. Secondly, Pack-a-Punch is pretty easy to get if you're playing solo, but if you're playing publicly with randoms, you just forget it exists. There's 4 pressure plates around the map, and if there's 1 player in the game, only 1 is to be stood on. If the game is maxed out with 4 players, all 4 pressure plates need to be activated at the same time. Doing this will require precise coordination and everyone in the game to be alive, and that's if everyone has mics, and just happens to be in game chat. I can handle making Easter eggs for players only, but something as simple as Pack-a-Punch doesn't need to be that complicated. Also, I don't know why Treyarch thinks monkeys are demons in disguise, but on this map, instead of stealing your perks, they still recently dropped power-ups. Thankfully, you can kill the monkey while it's running away with your power-up, but the power-up switches, so if a monkey steals your max ammo and you manage to get your power-up back, it could be a carpenter. These monkeys don't cause too much harm to the map, but they're still an annoying addition. There's also 2 new types of zombies exclusive to this map. There's the Shrieker, who fogs the screen by screeching and runs pretty fast, and Napalm zombies to explode when you're close to them. These 2 new zombies aren't awful, but they can give you an easy down if you're not careful. Thankfully, we have a positive innovation, which is the new wonder weapon along with the return of the ray gun. The new wonder weapon is called, what the heck? The baby gun. Cause I am not pronouncing that. The baby gun turns zombies into babies, and you can kick them away by running towards them, which basically kills them. This weapon is pretty freaking OP and can build a player out of near-death situations in no time. Also, this map's song Paradolia by Alina Sigmund is pretty awesome. Another good job.
I could use you on my train set!
Yep, this map is not nice. The map is extremely claustrophobic. The sub-bosses can down players easily, and the Pack-a-Punch's difficulty can vary from how many players are in the game. However, through all of this map's difficult segments, this map's difficulty is actually pretty fair. While the map is pretty claustrophobic, there's many paths and enough space to maneuver through small hordes, and the addition of the baby gun helps balance the difficulty. So yeah, it's refreshing to have to constantly think and remain alert while playing a zombies map instead of brainlessly training in an open area. It's a nice change of pace that's handled better than in maps like Verlucht or Nocturne Toten in 5. Yeah, I like Shangri-la. I'm sorry, the story is serviceable, the map looks beautiful, there's enough new things here to help it differ from its other zombie map brethren, and the difficulty requires the player to be experienced and alert in a way that's more fair than Verlucht or Noct. However, the monkey's terrible pack step and lackluster story brings the map down to a 4 out of 5, which is way more than most fans would give it. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace, everyone.